Okay, so a quick export tutorial here in Onshape to export a part for stereolithography for 3D printing. All you do is select the particular part, right click, go up to export on the menu that pops up, and then select the format STL, name the part whatever it's going to be, and that's it. That would be what you would import into your whatever your slicer is. And then one of the other formats I use is Parasolid. So Parasolid is like a common 3D model format for like many different CAD and CAM applications. And what I like to use it for when I'm in Onshape is, so over here on the this menu on the left, you'll see that I've got these various operations that have stacked up: extrudes and splits and sketches and thicken operations. And what can happen over time, especially as you're like building a very complex model, they can you can stack up hundreds of these, and it begins to bog down the file. It begins to bog down your work. So like even trying to rotate the model can take time, and you get the little spinner, because you got to wait for it to load. And because remember, you're not doing anything locally on your particular workstation. Everything's happening remotely on a server, one of Onshape's servers. So in order to kind of streamline things, every now and then, if a model starts to get too complicated, I'll go ahead and export it to Parasolid and bring it into a new document. And so basically I would just come over here to the part, I would export, and instead of stereolithography, we go Parasolid, and I'll rename this to part 1. And so now what happens is I open a new document. We'll just call it untitled document. And there's no history, right? I'm starting with a clean slate. So I'll just come down to this little plus button down here and click on import. And you'll see here's my stereolithography file that I exported. Here's the x_t file. That's the Parasolid. Okay, so I'll grab that. I'm going to import it. And it'll take, I mean, depending on how complex it is, it can take a few minutes to bring the part in. Okay, so now it tells me it was translated successfully. I'll just close this out. And then here on the menu, where you see the plane operation, just come down here to derived. And so now we're going to grab that part. And one of the things, I could have grabbed multiple parts, right? I could have exported as a Parasolid multiple parts, which when you go to the derived feature and you want to bring something in, you can grab at the top level here and bring in everything that was selected, or you can just grab a particular part from that. So it's still loading, but we're going to go ahead and grab the part. So here we go. We got our part that's been imported as a Parasolid into this new document. And look, I only have one operation right now. So now I can start essentially with a clean slate and, add more complexity to this and just add more definition to it. And then if it starts to get heavy again over on the operations menu, I'll just export as Parasolid and open up a new document again. But that's pretty much it. Those are the two export formats that I personally use. If you have any additional questions or would like me to do a tutorial on a specific aspect of Onshape that you're struggling with, or you'd like a little help with, please let me know, and I'll be happy to throw together a quick video like this. Okay?